Rent is going up, prices are going up. So listen, I had an epiphany today and I was really thinking, when it comes to rental spaces, right? The amount of money that you're going to pay towards rent is going to be in accordance to obviously how nice the apartment is, whether it's an apartment, a luxury apartment, luxury condo, penthouse, mansion, house, whatever it is that you're renting, depending on how nice it is, and the environment that it's in is going to, change the price. And so the same way that a rental space can only hold so many people and it can only hold so many objects actually inside the place itself is the same way that your mental space, the same way your mental space can only hold so many people and only allow so many, ideas and concepts and clients, business, whatever inside of your mental space, right? So, and I was like, well, that means that the people that we talk to on a daily basis that hold mental space in our brain, like if they're not if they're not paying rent, like what are we doing here? Because at the end of the day, if somebody is just in your life to take, right, to take and add no value, essentially they're a what? They're like a squatter, because squatters don't like to pay rent. They just like to live in spaces for free and take, right? So, and then it also made me think, well, if you have low quality people in your life as well, then I mean, there's a difference between obviously like a penthouse and Section 8, right? So, and here's the thing: how do you view yourself? Like, do you view yourself as Section 8 housing, or do you view yourself as skyrise, you know, luxury condos? And it really made me think, because at the end of the day, like, we can only talk to so many people. So if the people that you're talking to are low quality, it's like, what kind of life are you then having at that point? Right? And life, you guys have heard me say this before if you watch my content, but life will either give you what you fight for or what you accept, right? So if you have low quality people in your life, it's like, who accepted that? Like, who can you really be mad at that point, them or yourself in that case? And so I say all that to say that, if you're not being conscious of the people that you allow, they're going to suck up time. They're going to work as energy vampires, because like I'll just speak for myself. I don't know how you guys are, but I imagine like most people are busy these days, right? Most people probably have like their job, their main thing that they do, and then maybe a side hustle, and then they got some free time to spend either with a person in their relationship with, or if you're single, you have like a few friends, right? So if the people that you talk to on a daily basis, with the very little time that you get outside of work, right, and outside of your side hustle, whatever it is that you do, outside of the gym as well, it's like, what kind of value are these people adding to your life? Because if they're just in your life to take, right, to take and bicker about things that really don't matter, it's like they're just wasting time. They're just there to suck your time, suck your energy, and then leave. Because then you guys know what I'm talking about too. If you guys have these people in your life, like they just come in, they bring up a topic that really has nothing to do with you, and then just like end the conversation is might usually be on like a bad note, or just like, why did I even answer the phone for this person? Tell you right now, if you ever feel like more often than not, like, why did I even pick up the phone? That is a clear telltale sign that it is time for this person to go. It's time for you. It's time for you to raise the rent. And if they're not willing to pay the rent, then the eviction notice is coming very soon. Right. And so I don't know about you guys, but I don't want any squatters living in my place. It's like this is only luxury apartments here, right? This is only luxury. Uh, I've never seen a squatter hold up a luxury condo penthouse, right? So that eviction notice is coming ASAP. Okay. And the beautiful thing is, it's totally up to you to get to decide what you accept. So if you're cool with having these people in your life, then hey, I mean, that's all you. But at the end of the day, it's like you have to understand, we all have to understand that time is finite, because we are so distanced from death now, right? Like if you think about it, the food you eat on a daily basis, especially if you're not vegan, which I was vegan for 5 years, by the way, but that's neither here nor there. If you're not vegan, that means you eat meat, right? So every meal that you have, an animal died for you to eat. You never saw that animal die. So you look at a burger the same way you look at an orange or a banana. That was once a life. But we're so removed now from death compared to our ancestors that we just don't see it happen. So it's very easy for us in that sense where we become removed from death and we almost forget about it. We throw it in the back of our minds. But death is there to remind us that time is finite. So if you're throwing in the back of your mind that time is finite, you're most likely not going to appreciate the time that you have and actually look at it as valuable. Because at the end of the day, we never know when our last day is. We never know when our last day is. So I think that's also why people just don't like value their time and they just waste it. They live life distracted. They go through life distracted, aimless, right? Just scrolling all day. Like they just don't live life with that driving purpose. And so, not to say that life can't be fun, because for one, fulfilling your purpose should be fun to you. I mean, it's in alignment with who you are. So if you're doing something right now on a daily basis that isn't fun and doesn't feel in alignment, then you need to drop that. That's a whole separate conversation. We'll get into that another time. But at the end of the day, I still have to say about, charging for your rental space or your mental space, because time is finite. And so, like, why would you want to spend the one life that you have with low quality people at the end of the day? Like, and then I'm gonna tell you, like, if somebody's always telling you, oh, like, I'm this kind of person, if you ever need me out, like, I'm here, but you cannot tell that through their actions, you gotta go. That eviction notice is coming. It's on the way. And you have to be like this. And by the way, this is I'm not sitting here telling you to be transactional with your time, because it's not about that. When you think about any relationship, it's a give and take, right? Sometimes you give and sometimes you take, and vice versa. So it's not going to be like 50-50. I'm not saying that. And I'm also not saying that every relationship you have needs to be like transactional. No. But you would be a damn fool if you got somebody in your life that is just there to take from you, right? So be wary of that. If you got anybody in your life, I mean, for one, like, if there's anything you want to share in the comments, please, I would love to know, like, red flags of things that people do, because I got a few. I named a few just now. And if, like I said, if they do that, or it's thing you find yourself bickering, you feel like after you got the phone, it's like, why did I even pick up the phone? If you're, you hear them talk more about their identity and you can't really, like, attach that to anything as far as their actions, that eviction notice is coming soon. Send them the eviction notice. Until then, I'll talk to you guys the next time. And don't be letting squatters live in your mental space, man. Talk to you soon.